everyone, my name is Lena and I'm here to catch you up on everything that happened in episode 107 of Campaign 3 of Critical Role, Under the Archheart's Eye. We kick off mid-combat as Bells Hells attempt to disrupt the meeting between Sorry Lord Zathuda, Simulacrum of Lewdness, and an emissary of the Unseelie Court. Lordna, who is spider climbing on the roof, casts Mirror Image and goes into her form of Dread, which has a slightly new form now that she is in control of Delilah.
It's because Lordna is like super dom right now. So it's like full spooky Victorian ghost realness, but like her own version that's like less influenced by Delilah. Okay. So it's like if Lordna was
my number one worst.
More creepy Victorian banshee than
creepy Victorian banshee.
Got it. Awesome.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Basically what I looked like in the Travis Spooktacular.
Gotcha.
Remember that?
Great, I do.
Chetney pulls out Lewdness's notes from Malaya's mirror out of the bag of holding and hands them off to Fern, who he then casts a brand of castigation on in the shape of a rocking horse so that he can track her wherever she is. Breas climbs in through a window to get inside and inspires Fern.
I couldn't help myself last night. I painted a painting of you.
You did?
I did. It's really good. Here, can I show you?
Yes.
To inspire you.
Oh my god!
I was supposed to paint one for Chetney, but the brush just made you. I'm so sorry.
Is that what your paintings look like?
It's just so.
It is so stunning.
You're stunning. Okay,
Oh my God.
go.
The artist for this incredible portrait is Kent Davis, who has done a lot of wonderful art for Critical Role. Snowcone Lewdness is up next, casting Power Word Stun on Fern, but Lordna successfully counterspells. Ashton then swims through the ground and pops out of the mud created by Fern's spell last week and starts heading to one of the other columns with the intention of attempting to knock it down next round. Fern takes the research notes handed to her by Chetney and yells out,
Daddy! We need to talk! Lewdness is lying to you and he is betraying you! Get me out of here! Get me out!
Gloomglut, however, powers up a force beam aiming directly at Fern, so Dorian casts Force Cage around her.
I'm sorry to put you in a cage. I know you wanted to spread your legs and be free.
Zathuda pulls up on the reins of Gloomglut to redirect the beam away from Fern, but it hits Imogen and Lordna instead. Gloomglut then flies into the air, and Zathuda leaps off to Imogen and Lordna, slashing them with his sword, Duskhunger. He doesn't care that they're here with Fern, and he calls them a bad influence on her. The emissary then pulls themselves out of the mud and looks around, somewhat confused. Gloomglut slams its claws into Imogen with a legendary action, but she misty steps onto the saddle of Gloomglut and grabs the reins, attempting to take control of the massive Fey dragon. We come to round 2, and Iris skitters in through a window and casts Dimension Door, joining the fight on the roof with Lordna, who sends out a Void Puppet and casts Blight on Zathuda, who fails his save and takes a stack of necrotic damage. Chetney squeezes into the room past the Force Cage and strikes with his wolf claws into Snowcone Lewdness. Breas also misty steps to Lewdness, hitting him with a Divine Smite. Snowcone Lewdness tells the emissary to deliver his message as soon as possible and begins to cast a spell. Lordna attempts to counterspell, but Lewdness counterspells her counterspell. Just love it when you have like multiple counterspellers on the battlefield. Lewdness holds the spell ready, which is a Dimension Door. Ashton abandons their plan to bring down the temple and instead pops out of the ground, going into a rage and charging to Snowcone Lewdness, swinging his hammer with a nat 20, doing 70 damage.
I take that first hit, he's down.
He's
While
getting
he's
back up
there,
and like turning around towards you.
The hammer starts to glow blue. I hit him.
As you're arcing with it,
Yeah.
he goes, "You learn a little every time." And as you strike towards him, he kind of leans into it. Your hammer strikes the gem on his forehead. And with that,
Oh no!
a massive detonation erupts from the destruction of the Simulacrum.
Right.
Breas, Chetney, and the emissary are blown back from the explosion while Ashton holds their ground. One of the pillars as well is hit by the blast and the temple threatens to crumple around them. Fern bamfs out Mister and uses his fiery teleport to teleport out of the Force Cage and directly in front of the emissary, who immediately attacks her, but she calls out,
Lewdness is betraying you. He's been siphoning our power for years to elongate his life. He has been killing the Fae for I don't even know how long. I promise you, and I have proof. I was fucking getting to it. Give me a minute.
Make a persuasion check for him.
Okay. Here's your inspiration. Okay.
Guide yourself. Oh, you can't.
I can't. Okay. I'm gonna do this one. You guys hate this dice. That's the way I fucking roll that one. Natural 20! Fucking 33!
Imogen pulls on Gloamglat's reins, pulling him into the corner of the room, but it's not enough to stop him from unleashing his force beam. It hits the emissary, Dorian, Fern, and one of the Unseelie Guardians. Ira then attempts to attack Zathuda, but is rebuffed by the Sorry Lord's blade. Following that, though, Zathuda puts down his blade and addresses Lordna.
Look, I think with him gone, we should have a conversation.
Lordna lets everyone know telepathically what he said, but Ira doesn't trust him and attacks him again, pushing him off of the roof. Lordna attempts to reach out and grab him, but with a nat 1 she misses. The Sorry Lord then teleports to the floor and waits expectantly. The emissary asks what's going on, and the Sorry Lord says that since Ludinus can't be trusted, they will continue as planned, but he has no intention of being under Ludinus's heel.
And my daughter might very well be the key.
And he says, daughter. The emissary goes, huh.
With this, there is a temporary truce and the conflict comes to a very tentative end. Gloamglat, seeing his master on the ground, realizes that the person holding the reins is not the Sorry Lord, so Imogen speaks into his mind, asking him to stand down and stay calm. She then holds a psychic lance ready to cast on the Sorry Lord. Oram steps in front of the emissary, defending him and telling him that they will get him out of there and that Fern has info he needs to know. Fern explains the information that they found about Ludinus siphoning the power from the Fae to extend his life and hands over the notes to the emissary, who looks them over. The emissary then turns to Zathuda, asking, hey, what have you got to say about this, since Zathuda is their direct line to Ludinus? Zathuda replies that working with Ludinus is a necessary evil to fulfill the Unseelie Court's goal, posing that they could all work together, especially Fern, to be the ones to take control of Predathos and then get rid of the gods.
Ludinus deserves nothing. He's a brilliant mind without true vision. A brilliance locked within a damaged soul who's been tantruming for 1,000 years. But your destiny awaits, as she who ate the gods. Inferno, embrace, and caster of the deepest shadows. You are the future, Fern Calloway. Lady Fern Zathuda.
The group try and quickly communicate about whether they should take this deal, but there just isn't enough time for a proper discussion. The Sorry Lord says that they can escort the emissary back to the Unseelie, and then he will go back to the Vanguard, playing his part. Breus, though, says this doesn't work for them because they're trying to stop Ludinus from unleashing Predathos, and that is the exact thing that Zathuda says he wants to do. Zathuda asks Fern what she thinks, and she says she doesn't want to be a vessel or wear a crown, and the emissary expresses disappointment and anger that Fern, a child that they supposedly have invested in, doesn't wish to take part in their plans. Zathuda, however, reassures the emissary that Fern will come around. The group continue to telepathically debate if they should pretend to go along with this or if they should try and take them out, but before they really get a chance to decide, the Sorry Lord climbs up onto Gloamglat and pulls the emissary up as well. Fern then approaches Gloamglat, giving him some scritches and...
Try to give him some scritch. Good boy.
I'm gonna psychic lance Sorrow Lord when she does that.
Oh shit.
Did you have something else behind that?
I was thinking of it.
Oh, okay.
Go.
No, go.
Do your thing.
I was just gonna try to reach out to Sorrow Lord because I want to whisper something
Oh,
to him.
shit.
Okay, do that first.
Sure.
Oh no.
I'm gonna follow. Just real quick, if I see her do that, I've got to follow up to it.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm brought
All right,
over.
so-
So I just want to whisper something to him. I heard what you said. I have felt a fire inside. And I would like to learn. Please show me.
Okay. Psychic glance.
I'm sorry, Fern.
It's okay.
So,
With this move from Imogen, combat kicks off again and Orym takes out Seedling and whips the emissary off of the dragon and drags him away, knocking him unconscious. Imogen then casts another psychic lance on Zethouda, incapacitating him. Glomglut then attacks Orym with its tail and claws, smashing into one of the pillars, and the temple is threatening to crash down at any moment. Fern is up next, and she telepathically says to everyone,
Get out of here. I love you. Chet, you know how to find me. I'm gonna reach up to Papa and say, please get me out of here. I want to come with you.
However, she's not able to climb up onto Glomglut, and everything begins crashing down. Chetney, seeing the temple collapsing, dashes towards the exit, and Breas rushes to Fern and casts Thunderwave on her, blasting her onto Glomglut's back. Ashton dashes out as well after Chetney, and Dorian grabs the emissary and casts Dimension Door outside. Ira transforms into a nightmare form and leaps onto Glomglut's back, attacking Zethouda, and Laudna casts Disintegrate for 81 hit points.
and you feel that heartbeat from inside. But whereas previously it was a dark portent of a lack of control, it is complete control within you as you draw whatever power within her that you need. Combine it with the innate power within you that's now become stronger without her. And together you fire this beam forward. It strikes the side of the Star Lord Zethouda, and you watch as part of his right leg just fitters away into dust. He screams out in pain. He's doing real bad.
She then follows this up with an Eldritch Blast. Glomglut unleashes another barrage of attacks, which throws Fern off its back. Orym attempts to use Seedling to get up to Zethouda, but fails, so instead attacks the dragon's legs. Imogen uses her telekinesis to pull Zethouda off Glomglut and sends him high up into the sky, dropping him directly in front of Breas.
Up here?
Uh-huh.
Please, Lord, give me a sign.
This fall knocks Zethouda unconscious. Imogen then Misty Steps to Laudna and telekinetically pulls Zethouda towards the exit as they run out. Glomglut squeezes out of the temple, flying away, and Matt informs the players that they have one more round before the temple goes down. Breas smashes the face of the Archheart statue on the way out, just for funsies, and he scoops up the Sorrow Lord and runs to the exit. Orym uses his grasping vine from Seedling to zip out of the building. Ashton goes into a rage and uses a gravity well to pull everyone toward the exit. However, it's not enough, and the temple collapses onto the Sorrow Lord, Imogen, and Breas. The Bell's Hells who are left outside start frantically digging in the stone. Two of the Unseelie guards rush to the emissary, so Dorian casts Hypnotic Pattern, reassuring them that everything is fine. All hope, though, seems lost until...
all of the stones of the entire crumbled temple begin to shift. And begin to pull back. They kind of lift and curl like the receding wave on a beach. The rubble begins to rescind. And you watch as in a matter of moments, the temple begins to reconstruct itself.
As the temple reforms, the statue of the Archheart begins to glow with golden light, and Bell's Hells rush inside. At this moment, Matt leaves the table and is replaced by Abu Bakr Salim.
You sneaky!
Who describes the statue looking at the group and particularly looking at Breas, asking why he had to smash their face. The statue then clicks their fingers and a portal opens above them. Arms descend from the portals and start snatching up the group and pulling them to a divine field, a place in the Archheart's realm. The sky is filled with stars and the air smells sweet, and the Archheart stands before them. They beckon Breas forward and ask what he knows of family. Breas says that family is the most important thing and that it must be protected at any cost.
And who is your family?
Well, I have none right now. But I seek a family.
Yes. So desperately.
The Archheart makes Breas an offer. Swear fealty to them and they'll let Breas live.
I feel that there are more important things than life. Who you swear your allegiance to, who you consider your family, who takes care of you in your worst times. Those matter more than the fleeting life of a mortal. So no, I will not pledge myself to you, for I am already pledged to another.
So close. So close. I thought I had you, but I didn't. But it's totally fine. Totally cool. I like it. I really respect it.
Imogen tells the Archheart that they saw what happened in Aor, who says that it's a good thing because it gives Bellshells a clear picture of what the gods are capable of, but asks what they intend to do with the knowledge. Oren tells them about Ludinus's plan to show the vision to everyone and release Predathos to upset the balance of the world. The Archheart responds that maybe it's time for the balance to be broken, because it doesn't seem to matter that the gods are behind the Divine Gate, their children keep rebelling anyway, and the Archheart foresees that happening again and again and again. It's at this time that the Archheart notices Fern and Ashton have a primordial shard within them, saying that this changes everything. The group try and press them to say what they mean, but they say just never mind. Ashton, however, sees their big opportunity.
Oh no, I've suddenly realized that I'm in a position to say something I've wanted to say to a god my whole fucking life.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
What is it that you want? What do you fucking want?
What do we want?
Really? Not souls, not worship. What is this art for that you refuse to fucking abandon? How can it be art if you don't fucking abandon it? We're just rile here. No wonder we're fucking rebelling over and over and over again. You won't let go.
And that is what I want. I want to let go.
The Archheart says they want to do what Ashton just did, let go, but has a particular idea in mind for how to let go.
We are this close to another calamity. Because there is a fear of our death. You see, the truth is, no matter what happens, there will be lives lost, all for the preservation of ourselves. It's incredibly selfish. And I'm realizing that, and I'm seeing that, and I thought we could change, but we couldn't. And so the only solution that I see is what Ludinus desires. However, I believe either you two can truly control this thing and chase us off. How's that sound?
Just chase you away?
Absolutely. If you get there before anyone else does. See, our eyes are all on Ludinus and the armies that are gathering and fighting. We're ready to jump in there, but if you're able to maybe, I don't know, sneak in behind, find a way in, and take over.
The Archheart shares that there is another who wants to let go, but won't reveal who. Imogen pushes back a little, saying that the call of Predathos is strong and she doubts that any of them could control it, and also expresses concern that Predathos will devour the mortals. But the Archheart insists that Predathos will only pursue the gods. Ashton asks what will happen to the power of the gods if they leave, and the Archheart says, they don't know. There are a lot of unknowns with this plan. The Archheart admits that they don't know what is going to happen, but that this is a chance to make a big change if they are willing to take the risk. They also warn, though, that if the group takes too long to decide, the decision will be taken out of their hands because the gods will make a move. Laudna then asks what aid the Archheart can give them if they do help, but they say they can't intervene too much because if they do, it will tip the balance and then the other gods will get involved. However, they reach up their hand and they pluck a star from the sky.
And as I yank it out of the sky, a star, or what looks like a star, is about 10 foot away from you. You can make out a face. It's gaunt and hollow-eyed, feminine. Their eyes are burning with an intensity it's unyielding. This star. You can hear it whispering. I wish the knowledge. The weapon. I wish the knowledge.
Are these prayers?
The weapon.
Knowledge, the weapon.
As the star is brought down, Laudna hears a whisper from the Matron of Ravens that says, "Come find me." There is a hair floating from the face of the star, which the Archheart plucks, crafting a new magical item, a relic of the Red Solstice.
It's called the Ring of Remembrance.
Oh boy.
While wearing this ring, manifested from the Archheart, this ring forms an invisible web-like weave around the wearer. That was a lot of W's, and I almost... While wearing this ring, you gain a +2 bonus to armor class, as well as a +2 bonus to your spell attack rolls and spell save DC. Ooh! You also have advantage on Constitution saving throws.
Caster's best friend.
Oh my god. When maintaining concentration as an action, you can activate the latent arcane power within this band. Roll a d20. If you roll above your current hit points, you immediately cast the Meteor Swarm spell.
Oh, because
if you roll lower or equal than your current hit points, you instead take 20 d6 fire damage and 20 d6 bludgeoning damage.
It's a
It's a last resort.
It's a last resort.
Wow.
The Archheart then sends them back to the material plane, leaving Bell's Hells to ponder their proposal. So, will Bell's Hells consider this plan from the Archheart, or will they continue with their plans to stop Ludinus releasing Predathos altogether? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you want to see my full breakdown of this episode, including who was the face in the star and other little juicy details, you can watch that video right here. Bye!
Would you say?
Most everybody except for
Nat.
Sure I did. Sure I did.
except for Dorian, Laudna, and technically Fern because she's force caged.
So